Hi everybody, welcome to this weekend round all 18 holes guide video with tournament win for the Spring Major 2023 here on the channel. Please give me a thumb up if you don't mind, helps me out a lot. Make sure you are a subscriber as well. All 18 holes in one video. We've got timestamps for all of them in the description down below, so if you need to skip back and forwards then you can do so very easily. Plenty of drops here and some tweaks and some points to watch out for as we go as well. Remember to take a token or two if you can. Put some tweaks in of your own, it will increase your scores. All the best everybody and good luck. Let me know how you get on. Here we go. We are going to set up with the Apocalypse on this par 4 and we are going to go with APOC 5 and 6. Half of the blue ring inside the rough on the right, top of plus 10. And then the spin here is 5 top spin, 1 left spin. APOC 4 will have 80% of the blue ring inside the rough and will be at P3 max. APOC 7, well, you will have 20% of the blue ring inside the rough at plus 10. Max plus 10, power 3. Hit perfect, no curl, no overpower. Perfect ball away, you're going to roll down the fairway very nicely. We should be around for a top white fringe check here on the second shot, but if not, use drive distance as a fallback reference. We've got a drive here of 369. Occasionally you may get something a little bit longer than that though, but all being well, top white fringe check should be in plus yards, plus 5 there. Top of the white ring touching the beginning of the fringe in line with the pin. Half a bar of backspin only, and then once you've added your spin, you find your position with the ball guide pointing at the pin, but just stopping slightly short of the front edge of the cup, only a fraction though. For a plus 5, top white fringe check would be 81% slider, 2% per yard. So plus 4 will be 79% slider and so on. 45 elevation due to the crosswind, pull over the bullseye. Backup reference would be drive distance. The second shot was taken from the same match as the drive, so you can use that as an additional reference in case you are dramatically short or long and can't do the check. Hole in one here, even though we've got cross headwind, we're going to go with 1.5 backspin and 3 bars side spin to the left. Adding spin first, Kingmaker or Kingslayer. Try and keep the wind low if you can. Drop this in several wind strengths, 8.2 being the max that I've dropped it in. So just have that in mind. Maybe take a token or two if you haven't got any wind for balls. Position is as follows: red ring touching the rough, ball guide going by the right hand side of the cup as we look from the tee. So make sure you add your spin, look at the red ring and then look at the ball guide. Make sure you are in the right position here. Max plus 5, power 3 settings, and we're going to use sniper 10 numbers regardless of your club level, because I'm using a max number here and the same accuracy. If you've got lower level sniper, then you've still got to use sniper 10 numbers. Perfect ball away, subject to any tweaks. We're bouncing in the rough very nicely and going in there for the hole in one. Here we're going to set up in this pretty nasty wind angle, I must say, with the quarterback, half of the clear ring inside the rough on the right at the top of plus 4. Then we switch to APOC and sniper bag, 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Adjust max plus 10. And then you'll see here, even with with APOC 5 and above, not going to be in plus yards. You might pull into plus yards with APOC 4, but you're still going to have a slow needle. Full overpower, outer wall curl to the right. This fairway is a little bit narrow, so concentrate on hitting perfect. And you see here, it does go fairly close to the rough. Like I said, it's a very narrow fairway, but that's the line that I'm recommending here. Drive distance is going to be around 345. Second shot, white ring fringe check. We're going to do that. I add spin first here though. 2.8 top spin, no side, 2.8 top. White ring touching the beginning of the fringe in line with the pin. Plus 5 with sniper 10 will be plus 7 with sniper 9. Then you want your bullseye over the first pixel of rough where the ball guide gets clipped away by the rough and is going through the hole. Don't worry about the proximity to the fairway though, because the headwind angle is going to push us to land further back. +5 is going to be 66% slider, 10% elevation here using sniper 10 numbers. My pull angle was a little bit dodgy here. In fact, I pulled it like a click or two to the left as we look at this camera view, which would mean, of course, pulling right from the line of the shot. And you'll see I dropped this right half of the cup. So try and pull straighter than I did in this example, but it is a reference drop nonetheless. 66% slider, 10% elevation. Good chance for an albatross, even though the wind angle is fairly nasty. On this par 3, I'm trying something with the Grizzly, but watch the first bounce because it does land fairly close to the rough. I'll show you the spins now. Half a bar of top spin, 1 left spin. Second bounce just a bit by the rough line there, and just go back to the video at the beginning there. You'll see that the tip of the ball guide is in the middle of a light green square in a column, so make sure you get a reference for that. This may need a tweak and there may be better options really, but it was a close miss. Max +40, power 3. Use Grizzly 9 numbers and pull twice over the bullseye. I really would keep the wind below 8 miles an hour here though, because the extra push you get from the tailwind, you'll see even though I was setting kind of 5 rings away from the rough, this ball bounces a couple of rings away only. So there is an extra push here. It probably will need a tweak or two. And if you're a bit worried about that, then there are other routes for your safe birdie. But we're just missing on the left-hand side, something to build from or tweak from there. Simple par 4, going with a katana because it's nice to save a kingmaker. Blue ring touching the rough at top of +2 with APOC 5 and 6. 5 top spin, 3 right spin. APOC 4, you'll be top of +8 with 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough. APOC 7, you will have 30% of the clear ring on the fairway, I believe. Max +10, power 2 settings, because that is the ball that we're using. You can use a kingmaker if you like. It might need an additional tweak though, because this shot has been worked out with a wind 2 ball. So max +10, no curl, no overpower, hit perfect. And you want to be around the same drive distance as we have been previously in previous angles on this hole, around 355 yards, and it's going to set up a shot, rings from min with the thorn. So find the min line, going with 1 bar of backspin, add that first, and then push up, counting rings as we go. There's 4, and then once again we want to get past the glitchy area. There's 5 and 6. Make sure there's no glitches here, just move your target up and down, left and right, while still counting your rings, though, like I'm doing here. Ball guide just through the hole, you can see there, just about a cup through the hole. 6 rings up from min, as I've done here. 6% slider, it is 1% slider per ring from min. Nice and simple, that one. 10% elevation, power 2 numbers once again. And you're going to pull over the bullseye. And then you've got a very good chance for the eagle on this par 4. And if you've stuck with the katana, then of course you've got the extra knowledge that you've saved yourself a kingmaker as well as getting an eagle in the process. I did try going down the far left side with a power 5 ball. It didn't work out as well as I wanted. So in the end, I'm going to show you a layup with the rock. I do a respin in a minute, so don't write any spins down just yet. I want to have the white ring touching the rough on the left. P3 max with the rock level 8. Top of +15 with rock level 9. And in the end, I eventually settle on 4 top spin and 2 right spin, just because I want that ring reference, rather than setting up in the middle of the fairway with no ring reference to use with less side spin. So that's the reason for that. Max +10, power 3 is the adjustment. Fairly safe layup here. Make sure you have a nice straight pull here. Any 11.59, you'll be gaining distance on the shot. You may roll too long, so just be careful to avoid that one, because these little details might make all the difference. Centre the ball, hit perfect. Definitely no overpower on this one. I want to drive it fairly close to the rough with our max +10 adjustment. And you can see here comes in very nicely, get a nice little roll out there. You're going to be in the region of 355 yards. Second shot, playing with the sniper. Need to tweak the aim a little bit here. Going with 2.5 backspin, 1.5 left. And you'll see I have a ball guide reference here, but I would like you to aim half a green square further to the left here. So just have a look, it's pointing at the corner of those 4 green squares where they intersect. We're kind of 2 green square columns to the left and 3 green squares short of pin. But like I said, just shunt over another half a green square to the left on this one. Landing position plus yards, 20% elevation. Plus 6 with sniper 10 would be plus 8 with sniper 9, and that would equal to 85% slider. And going with sniper 10 numbers regardless of your club level. Like I said, just missing this one on the right, so I would advise you just to offset the ball guide a bit more to the left. There are other routes available though on this, all depends how aggressive you want to be, but it's tweakable and worth a go for an albatross if you fancy pursuing that route. Lots of steps here, practice it please. Start with a basic ball, not a Kingslayer as I do in the video because it will cost you valuable time. So start with a basic ball, you'll see me load that one up now, and then find position with the Grizzly where the ball guide just clips the rough for the first time. You'll see I move back and forwards, and then you want it to be in between the edge of that light green square column and the left edge of the cup. Then I'm adding 1.9 backspin, then I am swapping to a Kingslayer. You can skip out the basic ball step, however, you may add unwanted side and it may mess up your aim. 8.2 is the max wind I would recommend with this one, and I would tweak it for different wind strengths as well as wind angles. Otherwise, anything over 8.2 you can't pull in one move over the bullseye. Mid plus 25, power 4 numbers, Grizzly 9 numbers as well. Clipping the rough there because of the tailwind push, and we're just trickling it in for the holding one. But please practice that one, it's a detailed setup. Send it option here if you want it. I haven't got a layup version either because of time, unfortunately. However, this send it one is worth a go in my opinion. In a ring touching the fairway and rough line on the right at P5 max stretch with APOC 5 and above. 4 top spin, 2 left spin, and we're going to go max plus 10 P5. If you've got APOC 4, you won't be able to find that landing position, so try and replicate the aim as best you can. You will, of course, be 2 rings short, and then after adjusting, you would need to push up those 2 rings again. 2 1/4 ball curl, look at the T in relation to the triangle on the left. Max overpower, slow needle, try and hit perfect. Great left may be water, great right may be rough though, so be advised. All being well though, you find the fairway, you've got a normal end-bringer school shot for your eagle. Okay, Kingmaker on this one, did try it with a katana, but we were pushing it a bit on the drive. 1 top spin, 3 right spin. Half of the blue at the top of plus 2, APOC 5 and 6. APOC 4, top of plus 8, 80% of the blue in the rough. APOC 7, you'll have 20% of the blue in the rough. Max plus 0, got to push them here because the temple is in the way, unfortunately, and that will mess up your view if you want to pull your rings as normal. So push, adjust, max plus 0, power 3. Time to take the shot, and we're going with outer wall curl to the right, just before the circle drops as our overpower reference. Perfect ball away, and a bounce very safely on the fairway, over the rough, and rolling down the next fairway. It's going to be around 328 yards. Going to set us up a safe eagle with the sniper, outside chance of an albatross. Around 1.5 top spin, always 3 left spin here, and look at where my ball guide is. I would like you to tweak the curl on this one. The aim I'm happy with, I'm not happy with the curl though. So ball guide pointing in the middle of that light green square column. It is the third one from the side of the green, not including that very thin slither of it on the far right. So make sure you get the right green square column. Pause the video, make some notes. Landing position plus yards, plus 1 with sniper 10, 72% slider, 0 elevation. That will be plus 3 with sniper 9. Use sniper 10 numbers though. Here I go with 0.9 ball curl. I would reduce it and go with 0.8. No overpower. So my recommendation, have the right edge of the Kingmaker touching the inside wall of the adjustment ring there. This one just misses right. I'm not wanting to dial in the albatross here, but a bit less curl, we might have been lucky on this par 5. If you're enjoying the free content here on the channel and want to support that and help keep it free, we've launched a brand new patreon.com home page. There is the link. There are lots of perks if you want to become a member over there. All support of the channel is massively appreciated, and it will help, of course, to continue to provide the Golf Clash content here for you. So please go and check that out over at patreon.com/BK Golf Clash. We're going to set up directly with the APOC here, top of +10 with APOC 5 and above. APOC 5 and 6 will have the red ring touching the rough on the right. 5.8 top spin, 1 bar side spin to the left. APOC 4, you'll be at P3 max rest with 20% of the red ring overlapping the rough on the right. Adjustment is going to be max distance, 15% elevation. Then, once we've made our adjustment, time to take our shot. No extra things needed here, just a nice centre ball and hit perfect. And this drive will roll very nicely down the fairway, and we will be in range for a top white ring fringe check with the thorn. Drive distance here is going to, after that nice roll down the fairway, be in the region of 375 yards. So top of the white ring touching the beginning of the fringe in line with the pin. You can see that gives me +2 with the thorn. Then we're going to go 66% slider, 45 elevation. +2 will be 66, +3, 68, and so on. Adding a little bit of backspin there that you can see, just to make sure this ball doesn't come in too hot. And then I want to aim as follows. We're going to have the ball guide a little bit short of the pin. You can see about a green square short, and just aiming on the right hand side of the cup. So make sure you replicate that position as well, because the tailwind is going to push us nearer to the hole, and then we will get the drop. Pull over the bullseye here, like I said, 2% per yard, and you've got a very good chance for an eagle on this par 4. With this par 3, the direction of the wind will dictate where we play our rough bump, and with this wind angle we're going to go from the left hand side of the tree. 1.8 backspin, 3 bars side spin to the right. Add spin first, and then I'm looking at two things. I'm looking at the red ring touching the rough line and the tip of the ball guide, and that is pointing, there you can see, at the line between the light and dark green square columns beyond the pin. So make sure you add your spin and get those references correct, and try and zoom in through these kind of translucent trees and get a clear view of your rings if you can. And then you're going to go mid +10 power 1 settings, and you will use sniper 10 numbers regardless of your club level. Take a token or two first if this is a little scary to you. Try and hit perfect, of course. Final part of the equation, half wall curl to the right. Catches the rough very safely, rolls onto the green, and we drop in the hole in one. On the drive here, you will sometimes get a longer rollout. The one I'm showing you in the video is a shorter rollout, so you might want to be prepared with drive distance notes instead, or as well as landing position. 4.5 top spin, 3 left spin, blue ring touching the rough on the left at the top of +10 with APOC 5 and 6. APOC 4, P3 max rest, 30% of the blue ring overlapping the rough on the left. Max +10, going with here 2 ball of curl. Just look at the gap between the ball and the triangle just before the circle drops as your overpower reference. You could try reducing the top spin by a click or two if you want to avoid the slightly longer roll. There you can see it was the kind of shorter version. So just be prepared. If you haven't got landing position, you might need drive distance yardage as well. Just take a token or two and get some tweaks in if needed. Second shot, half a bar of backspin, 1 bar of left spin, and then we're setting up with the ball guide about 2 green squares short of the pin, and you want to point this at the right hand side, but it will need a tweak. That's what I'm doing in the video here, just aiming right edge of the cup, but this is a close miss. I like the adjustment. I would just want you to tweak the aim for the albatross here. For +2 landing position, going 92% slider, 30% elevation, 2% per yard. hitting perfect, but you'll see here this will just miss on one side. We are going to miss on the left, so I would aim a little bit further to the right for the albatross with that check. Going with the Guardian again here on this par 3, and I'm playing with max backspin only, no side spin. We have a reference drop here. It's not going to be one that you can dial in and drop every single time, one after the other, because it's a very difficult hole, but this will get you close if not in. Add spin and look at the second bounce. You want it on the, if the pin is in that one green square column, if you're calling that column 1, you're going column 4. So it's the third one to the right that the pin is not in. So have a look at the second bounce. It is also a little bit low of the hole. Adjust max plus 45, power 3. 2 pulls over the bullseye. Try and pull as accurately as you can. It's very difficult because you've got to zoom out. If you've got Guardian 7, then you'll need to use Guardian 8 numbers. Centre the ball and hit perfect. Like I said here, it's all about replicating that second bounce. So pause the video and have a look and make some detailed notes. And with a bit of luck, as I am here, you've got the hole in one. Going with a Katana here because it's a fairly easy drop and I think it's nice to save a Kingmaker. Don't want to go too long on the drive here, so I'm kind of going 3.2, 3.3 top spin, no more than that, and 3 bars right spin. Bullseye in the middle of the fairway, ball guide after spin, pointing down the middle of the fairway to the right. Topper plus 5 with APOC 5 and 6, and above of course. P2 max rest with APOC level 4. You can play with a Kingmaker if you want, but be advised the adjustments here on the second shot have been dropped and worked out with a wind 2 ball in mind, so it might need a little tweak if you've got low wind with a Kingmaker. Max plus 10, power 2 settings. If you are going with a Kingmaker, keep with max with P2 numbers and the landing positions as shown. And then we're making our drive and it's finding the centre of the fairway, and you want to roll out to around 350 to 355 yards. Second shot, find the minimum distance line, and then we're adding 2 backspin, may vary depending on your drive, push-up rings from min, and get past all of the glitchy spots. There's 4 of them. There's another 4, still a bit short of the pin, so I go 1 more, make sure there's no glitches anywhere here, and we want to have the ball guide just 1 cup short of the hole, pointing at the pin. For each ring you push up from min, you're going 1% slider. So I've gone 9 rings up from min, so I'm going to play 9% slider, 0 elevation, power 2 settings, and then you've got a good chance for an eagle here. And you've not had to spend a Kingmaker, so it's even better news as far as that is concerned. Dropping it right at pin, pulling over the bullseye, dead centre. Here we're going to lay up to that small fairway pad with a double bounce. White ring touching the rough on the left, top of plus 8 with APOC 5 and above, and then we're going with 5.8 top spin and 2 left spin. APOC 4 will be at top of plus 14, half of the white ring, overlapping the rough on the left. You may need to tweak the overpower here if you have more headwind angles, so just check what your plus yards is doing. I'm increasing here 2 or 3 when I'm pulling my rings. Max plus 15, power 3, and then I'm going with circle drop over power. So just the point where the circle drops. Like I say, in stronger winds or in more headwind angle, you might want to go a click or 2 more than that. You see, there's the second bounce. We only just clear the rough there, and there is room before that rough, so I would maybe go with a little bit more OP. Second shot, we're going to play with a sniper, 3.5 backspin, 3 left spin, and I'm wanting the blue ring touching the rough on the left, and the ball guide is aiming at that rightmost sign behind the green. This is primarily a get it to green shot. You might get lucky if you tweak the curl here for the albatross, but this is really just securing the eagle. Landing position plus yards, 5% elevation, use sniper 10 numbers, going with 1 ball of curl to the left, but no overpower here, so I'm not finding the circle drop or anything like that, just drag horizontally straight across. 82% slider, 5 elevation, bit more curl if you want to risk it, might get you in for the albatross. Be careful with this one. If you haven't got all the elements fully accurately set up, you may have an unwanted result. And it's a lot of detail here. So the yellow ring touching that rough line there, I'm looking at the reverse camera angle, ball guide through the hole. Then with a basic ball, I'm adding my spin. It is 1.8 backspin, then switch to a Kingmaker or Kingslayer. Try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. This has not been tested in higher winds, so take a token or two and get familiar with the shot structure, because there's a lot of details to check here for the best chances at the hole-in-one. The adjustment is going to use always sniper 10 numbers, and we're going mid plus 35, power 4 settings. Mid plus 35, power 4. Like I say though, rehearse this shot a couple of times with some tokens, put some tweaks in. If it is not for you, then of course there are other shots available. But the ball goes nicely down onto the green, and we get the nice camera angle dropping it for the hole-in-one. Going aggressive here, again, proceed with caution. This is not great safe. P5 max extension, bullseye over the rough line with APOC 5 and above, and then it's time to add spin. 4 top spin and 2 left spin with a berserker. APOC 4, you won't be able to find that position, so you have to try and estimate the line of the shot because you have a lack of club distance. Max plus 10, power 5. If you have got APOC 4, you will need to push up around 2 rings after you adjust. 2 1/4 ball of curl, so look at the tip of the triangle aligning with the base of the tee. Hit perfect, please. Great left may find the water, great right may roll off the fairway into the rough. So this is not for the faint-hearted, but if it goes well, you've got an end-bringer, usual elevation. How about an albatross with a katana? We love it. 1 bar of backspin, 3 right spin with the APOC, and the landing position as follows. Top of plus 2 yards with APOC 5 and above. APOC 5 and 6, half of the blue ring inside the rough. APOC 4, top of plus 8 yards, 80% of the blue ring inside the rough on the right. Adjust max plus 10, power 2 settings, because that is the ball that we're using, of course. You can use a Kingmaker if you want, might need to tweak the setups though. This really is primarily a safe eagle, but if you're lucky like I was in the video, you're going to drop an albatross as well. Centre the ball, no curl, no overpower, and just hit perfect, and this is going to be a very safe layup here. Bouncing over the rough, and the backspin will grab. Be careful of your pull angle here, you don't want to roll too long or land in the rough on the first bounce. Drive distance around 330. Second shot, we're going to bounce over with sniper, going to be around 1.2 top spin and always 3 left spin. And you want to aim, as I do here, at that third dark green square column in from the right of the green, left-hand edge of that column. Try and replicate it if you can. Like I said, it's an outside chance of an albatross, but you may get lucky, and if you don't get lucky, you've got a very simple putt for the eagle. Plus 1 landing position with sniper 10 will be plus 3 with sniper 9, and you would play 72% slider, 5 elevation, sniper 10 numbers, and the final bit of the equation, 1 ball of curl to the left, no overpower. Make sure you're not overpowering this one. Replicate the position here. Hit perfect, and we're bouncing safely on the fairway, missing the rough and the sand, and in this instance, a very nice roll into the cup for the albatross. Thanks very much for watching this video here on the channel. If it has helped you in any way, please consider sharing it amongst your friends and clanmates in the game. Join us also on Facebook. Head over there, search for BK Golf Clash and join our free group. Loads of members there sharing shots. Free guides are posted, as well as loads of other great Golf Clash resources. So check us out there. You can join in the discussion and also leave feedback on the game in general. Finally, if you wish to help support the channel and keep the content free for everybody, please consider becoming a Patreon member. The link is in the video description down below. Good luck, see you soon, bye for now.